fastest-growing business network in the world. This is Fox Business.
Well, it's about Tim, the Broncos' Tim Tebow, getting his due and getting it done. The guy nobody thought would make it as an NFL quarterback has them all taking it back, or at least quietly saying that. Suddenly the fact that he doesn't fit the mold of a typical quarterback is taking a backseat to the fact that he is winning a lot more than the typical quarterback. Just like the guy who could never be president because he was an actor until he was president, and an historic one at that. Or the woman with the right voice but the wrong look until all was right and everyone was looking way past her looks. Motivational speaker Jim Kukral says Tebow proves the best guy for the job may be the one you're not even considering. Very good to have you. I'm thinking about this because, you know, so many people are under the assumption I got my job because of my looks, and I have to tell them, no, there was a lot more to me than the size of me. But it is interesting. I started looking at this, and we were kicking this around an editorial meeting this morning. I guess everyone just dismissed this guy from the outset. Why?
You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's, I mean, he has the physical attributes to get it done, but, you know, whether it's his ability not being able to throw the ball or whatever it is, the point is the guy wins, as you mentioned. And, you know, there's so many people out there in the world who just get it done, who just for some reason are counted out in society. And he's just a perfect example.
What is it that's agitating people about him? Is it the genuflecting thing? Is it the super religious thing? Or is it the fact that he runs more than he passes and good quarterbacks pass more than they run? What?
You know, I don't know what that is. You know, it could be a combination of his, you know, his faith, and could be some people don't want to like him because he's very upfront about his faith, and it could be some other people just want to see the guy fall. But I'm really not sure. I think he's doing a great job, don't you?
Well, he's picking up the wins, right? And like you said, that's the end-all and be-all. But you know, I was curious because we were mentioning the Susan Boyle example, and I remember the reaction at first when she appeared on the show. Remember that? The first thing was like this hideous middle-aged plus woman, and then she started singing. And then there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And then everyone sort of stopped for a second and said, could we be more clueless bastards? Could we be more callous people? And then, in a way, I thought that was good that she did that. But these examples are few and far between, right? We do fit people into molds, right?
We really do. And, you know, as humans, we love great stories. And whenever you see something that isn't fitting with your expectation of what society is or whatever it is, you look at that and you see the story and you get uplifted. And I think it lifts up people who are regular people who are just sitting at home and working in a job they hate or living a life that they don't want. And then they see somebody else and they see the story of how this person came and rose above it. And it's just an amazing thing for people to latch onto and want to be part of.
All right. Now, I know a football player who runs more than he passes isn't the same as a political candidate who doesn't come from the standard political background. But the only similarity I see is we initially recoil at their difference, at their unusualness, if you don't mind. Why do we keep doing that, and when do we learn that that's sometimes not the best approach?
Well, you know, I think it's human nature. As a sales and marketing guy, as a motivational guy, I think that human beings just tend to do that just because we are that way. And I think that, you know, once we realize and once we get past, you know, how people look or how people act or whatever it is, and we realize that there's a story there that is relatable to what we do or what we want to do, we latch onto that. And, you know, so I think it takes a lot of time for people to really realize that it's powerful and anybody can themselves. You know, I think they emulate themselves. They go, why can't that be me? You know, and then they realize, oh, it could be me. And then they start to feel better about the people that we're examining every day.
You know, that is very well put. That is extremely well put. No wonder you have your big hotshot job. Thank you very, very much. In the meantime,